Hi amazing people, welcome back to Designs by Timmy. In today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this gorgeous trendy backless cowl neck top. If this seems like something you're interested in, please do not forget to watch to the end of the video. For my new viewers, thank you so much for clicking on this video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being part of this family. And in this video I just wanted to appreciate everyone for 5,000 subscribers. It wouldn't have been possible without you all, and I'm so grateful to have you in my community. So without wasting much time, let's get started with today's tutorial. For the measurement, I'm going to take how deep I want my cowl neck to be. Right here, I have it to be 34 inches, but I'm going to be adding 1 extra inch, which is going to give me 35. And for the length of my top, I want it to be about 20 inches, which is what I measured right here. The last measurement will be around my neck. So I'm just going to take what I have around my neck, which is about 16.5. So from the 16.5, I'm going to be adding an extra 1 inch for my allowance. For this tutorial, I made use of my tape, my scissor, my chalk, and I have 1 meter of lightweight crepe. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold my fabric into 2. And after folding, this is what I have. On this edge facing me, I have it to be open on both sides. So now the length of my fabric is about 35 inches, which is how deep I want my cowl neck to be. And the length of my top is going to be 20 inches. So on this edge right here, I have it to be 20 inches. Now I'm going to proceed to start stitching all around. So I'm going to stitch from this edge up until the other end, and I'll stitch and leave a space and stitch along. Then next I have 2 pieces that I'm going to be using to tie my bag. The width is about 3 inches. And for the length, it's about 15 inches. I'm going to go ahead and stitch around those edges. I'll also stitch this one and turn it over. After stitching the main fabric, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to the right side. After turning it over to the right side, I'm going to go ahead and use my hemming gum to close up this part that we left open. So I'll go ahead and use my hemming gum right here, and I'll give this a good press. And these are the straps that we're going to be using for the back. After stitching, this is what I have. I'll proceed to flip it over to the right side, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a good press as well. So now I have the fabric that I'm going to be using for my outer neck. I went ahead to iron in and interfacing, and I went ahead to fold it into 2. The width of my outer neck is about 5 inches, and the length is about 17.5. This is what the measurement that I took after measuring around my neckline and also adding about 1 inches. So now I'm just going to fold it into 2 to get the midpoint. After getting the midpoint, I'm going to go ahead and mark the parts where I'm going to be stitching. So from this side, I marked 1/2 inch. I also proceed to mark 1/2 inch on this side as well. Then now I'm going to go ahead and take note from the middle points that we notched. I'm going to mark about 5 inches. And from the same notch as well, I'm going to mark another 5 inches to the other side. Now from this marked side, I'll go ahead and mark 1 inch. I'll also mark the same thing right here. And now I'll be taking note of 1/2 inch. This is where I'm going to be stitching. So I'm going to be stitching, and I'm going to leave this 1 inch mark. I'll do the same thing right here. I'll stitch and leave this opening. So I'll stitch round, leave this 1 inch, and stitch all around the corners. I'll do the same thing on the side. After stitching, this is how it looks. I left that part, and I also left this 1 inch right here. I'll proceed to trim off the excess And after trimming the excess, I'm going to go ahead and flip this over to the right side. So from this little 1-inch hole, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to the right side. After flipping it over, I'll give it a good press, and this is how it looks. So these are the 1 inch that we left, and this is the other one right here. Now we're going to bring in our main fabric. So this is what I have for my main piece. I went ahead to use my hemming gum right there, and now we're going to be inserting our halter neck. And to do so, I'm going to go ahead and poke one edge of my main fabric into the 1 inch mark. I'll use my pin to just hold this down, and I'm also going to repeat the same thing for this other side. I picked one edge of the main fabric and I'm going to insert it into the 1 inch space that we left on the halter neck, and I'll also use my pin to hold this down. Just make sure that you push it in a bit, like about half an inch, and just pin it down. And after pinning, I'm just going to go ahead and run a stitch on this mark, and I'll also be placing my straps on the edge of the bottom. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take note of one edge. I'll fold these raw edges inwards. I'll fold it in with about half an inch, and I'm also going to go ahead and place it like this, leaving about half an inch from the bottom of the top, and I'll pin it down. I'll be stitching on it. I'll also repeat the exact same thing right here, which is to push in the raw edges of this little strap, and I'll pin it down, leaving about half an inch from the edge of my top, and I'll stitch it down as well. And right after stitching, this is how this looks. This top is the easiest thing we've ever done on this channel, and I hope you guys are having a little fun with it. And there's a lot of ways to actually achieve this. So now back to the neck, I'm going to be making use of the hook and eye for closing the halter neck, but right now I'm just going to use my pin to hold it down just for this video purpose, and I'm going to do the hook and eye off camera. And there's also different ways to get the trendy cowl neck backless top. If you guys would like to see another option, please do well to leave a comment below by stating part 2, and I'll be so glad to drop a tutorial. So guys, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. As you guys can see, this has been one of the easiest tutorial on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Please watch the adverts whenever they pop up on your channel. Please do well to subscribe to this family, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.